Hello guys and welcome to Base Watches. Let's be honest, not everyone can spend thousands of dollars on every new watch purchase, especially someone who might just be getting into the watch collecting hobby or perhaps looking to spend $1,000 or so to assemble his or her first three-watch collection. Fortunately, there are a plethora of options out there in the sub-$500 watch category. Here we have compiled a selection of the best automatic watches under $500 that deserve to be on your radar, and perhaps even in your collection. Nodus, a relatively young American watch brand, has swiftly gained recognition for its commitment to producing quality timepieces with a focus on design and craftsmanship. The case of the Nodus Retrospect II has a diameter of 40.1 millimeters. The lug-to-lug is 48.6 millimeters, and the overall thickness, including the double-domed sapphire crystal, I measured in at 12.9 millimeters. The entire case, back, bezel, crown, and bracelet are all 316 low-carbon stainless steel. The finish of the watch is mostly brushed, but with the addition of polished sides. The Retrospect II has a water resistance rating of 200 meters, thanks to the screw-down caseback and crown. The proportions of the watch are quite large, especially as seeing it's essentially a 40 millimeters diver. This is down to the relatively long lug-to-lug length of just under 49 millimeters. Straight out of the box, the Retrospect II comes fitted as standard with a gorgeous 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet. It is one of the best bracelets I've seen on a sub-$500 micro brand. Just everything about it is excellent. Female links for instant articulation, solid links throughout, screw pins for resizing, and a total of 6 micro adjustment holes to ensure that perfect fit. The chosen movement for this Nodus Retrospect II is a very reliable workhorse and micro-brand movement of choice, the NA35 manufactured by Seiko. In conclusion, I want to make it quite clear that the Nodus Retrospect II is a fantastic dive watch, and if you bought one or intend to buy one in the near future, then congratulations, you made an excellent choice. Dan Henry, a brand founded by watch enthusiast and collector Dan Henry, has gained recognition for its vintage-inspired timepieces with a focus on affordable luxury. In the box, you get the watch on an OEM Tropic-style strap and a solid canvas and leather 3-watch roll. As far as the watch itself, it measures 40 millimeters across and about 46 millimeters lug-to-lug, with a thickness of just under 15 millimeters and a lug width of 22 millimeters. The thickness and lug width are shared with the 44 millimeters version, which make this watch feel proportionally a bit thicker. However, the domed mineral glass crystal makes up some of this thickness. Overall, with its short, slightly sloping lugs, the watch hugs the wrist nicely and should fit a variety of wrist sizes. The Tropic-style rubber strap is a little stiff at first, but quite comfortable with a little wear. The dial is a nice matte black with a nicely framed white date window at 3, rectangular vintage lume indices in hands, and an orange chapter ring in seconds hand. Powering the watch is the stalwart Seiko N35 with its 40-plus hour power reserve, hand winding and hacking. It's an altogether appropriate movement for this watch. Therein lies what is to me the crux of this watch. It's nothing fancy, but it just works. It's a great modern interpretation of a vintage form factor and design language, made to fit a specific accessible price point. It's a watch designed by a deeply knowledgeable collector who knows exactly how to drive home exactly the right feel. The first thing most will notice when looking at the Bradner is the internal bezel and the distortion of the bezel from the curved sapphire crystal. While not a true supercompressor watch, the internal rotating bezel and dual crowns makes the Bradner a compressor-style dive watch. This alone helps the Bradner stand out from the crowd of under $500 dive watches. If you are unfamiliar with how an internal bezel operates, you will find it easy to use. There is a second crown at the 2 o'clock position that rotates in either direction to turn the internal bezel. There is no denying that the Bradner's 42 millimeters case is chunky. At 15 millimeters thick with a lug-to-lug of 51 millimeters, it is a large watch. While the Bradner does wear large, it is not uncomfortable. The lugs curve down and hug your wrist. This curvature helps the Bradner feel a tad smaller. With that said, the Bradner is a dive watch and is allowed to be big. The highly dependable micro-brand movement of choice for this Spinnaker Bradner is the Seiko N35, which is a highly reliable workhorse. There are pros and cons to the Bradner that are going to make this a love-it-or-leave-it watch for a lot of enthusiasts. Regardless of your opinion, there is no denying that the Bradner is built well, has an original look, and checks a lot of boxes for dive watch lovers. I have long been a fan of Raven watches, way back to when they started out sometime in 2010, I believe. These days, the brand is run solely by Steve Laughlin. For those that are not aware or have just missed it, that name might sound familiar. Steve used to be a part of Benares watches, but Steve now incorporates designs of both Raven and Benares watches into the new lineup, and this Raven Solitude is no different. Keeping things on the smaller side, this model comes in at 40mm by 47mm, a size that should be wearable by most. Think Rolex sub in terms of size. This watch is not a Rolex homage though in any way. Yes, it is a dive watch with somewhat similar hands and markers, but that is where the similarities end. The case shape, bezel, crown, and bracelet are very different and bring their own style to the market. The stainless and black Raven Solitude showed here is the most traditional looking of the bunch, but if it is too plain for you, check out their website for some more exciting color options such as a white dial, blue dial, green dial with gold accents. A few things were done to keep the price down on this watch, and one of them was the NA35 movement. I have discussed this movement ad nauseam, nothing wrong with it at all, though it is much cheaper than higher-end Biota, Celida, or ETA movements, of course. In conclusion, the Raven Solitude is likely to be a compelling timepiece for enthusiasts who appreciate vintage-inspired design and quality craftsmanship. As with previous versions, the black ion-plated stainless steel case of the Citizen Promaster Dive Automatic Fugu can be deceptive on paper. Although nominally measuring in at 44mm wide, a series of clever case design decisions help this watch to wear more like a 42mm or even 41mm watch on the wrist. The first of these elements is the dramatically rounded case side undercut. The Fugu opts for a high visual belt line along the case sides, rendering everything below the upper edge of the case side in a sloping polished surface. Thanks to this bowl-like slope, the actual footprint of the case on the wrist is far smaller than a conventional 44mm wide design, and the polished surface helps to visually mask the overall width and thickness. In addition, the short, gently curving lugs help to minimize the lug-to-lug length of the Fugu, further emphasizing the compact feel. Citizen powers the Promaster Dive Automatic Fugu NY0137 with its in-house caliber 8204 automatic movement. As a stalwart presence in Citizen's stable since the 70s, the caliber 8204 is a solid, reliable entry-level platform that can be readily repaired and serviced with ease. The entry-level dive watch category is one of the most hotly contested spaces in the current market for a very good reason. The blend of utility, reliability, and style in this corner of the watch industry is undeniably compelling, and Citizen currently stands as one of the leaders in this competitive race. Hamilton, a brand that originated in the US and is now Swiss-owned, has a long history of making military field watches, and the Khaki Field mechanical is one of the purest expressions of that heritage. The stainless steel case comes in at 38mm in diameter, with a lug-to-lug of 47mm and a slim thickness of around 9.5mm. These proportions make the watch incredibly wearable on a wide variety of wrist sizes. The finish is mostly brushed, which keeps it understated and true to its military roots. On top, you get a scratch-resistant sapphire crystal, a big upgrade over mineral crystals typically found in this price range. The dial is classic field watch, matte black with large white Arabic numerals in a 24-hour format, luminous triangles at the hour markers, and syringe-style hands filled with superluminova. Legibility is outstanding both during the day and at night. The manually wound 850 movement inside is a standout feature. With an impressive 80-hour power reserve, it offers one of the longest running times in this price segment. Unlike automatic watches, it requires daily or every other day winding, which adds a tactile and nostalgic experience for the wearer. The watch usually comes paired with a NATO strap, which is comfortable, durable, and keeps the military look intact. Thanks to drill lugs, strap changes are a breeze, and the Khaki Field can easily be dressed up or down depending on your mood. Water resistance is rated at 50 meters, which isn't dive watch territory, but is more than enough for everyday activities. In conclusion, the Hamilton Khaki Field mechanical is not just a watch. It's a piece of history on the wrist. Rugged, reliable, and charmingly old school, It's one of the best mechanical watches under $500 for enthusiasts who appreciate tradition. Orient, a Japanese brand owned by Epson, has become synonymous with affordable mechanical watches, and the Bambino is perhaps its most iconic model. The watch measures 40.5 mm in diameter, 46.5 mm lug to lug, and around 11.8 mm thick. While the case is stainless steel, what truly sets the Bambino apart is its domed mineral crystal, which gives it a distinct vintage appeal. The polished case sides add to its dressy aesthetic, making it an excellent budget-friendly alternative to high-end dress watches. The dial is simple yet elegant, with Dauphine-style hands and a date window at 3 o'clock. Orient offers multiple generations of the Bambino, each with slightly different dial layouts, from minimalist stick markers to Roman numerals. The dial's curvature, combined with the domed crystal, creates a pleasing distortion effect that enhances the watch's old-school vibe. Powering the Bambino is the in-house Orient F6000 724 automatic movement, which brings hand-winding and hacking functionality, a major upgrade from earlier models. With a 40-hour power reserve and a reliable beat rate of 21,600 vibrations per hour, it's both functional and dependable for everyday wear. The Bambino typically comes on a leather strap, which complements its formal look, although many owners swap it out for aftermarket straps to dress it up further. Water resistance is limited to 30 meters, so this isn't a watch you'll want to swim with, but that's not its purpose. In conclusion, the Orient Bambino is the perfect entry-level dress watch. With its vintage-inspired design, in-house movement, and unbeatable price point, it's a must-have for anyone building a versatile watch collection under $500. The G-Shock MTG B3000 is part of Casio's premium line of G-Shocks, combining the rugged toughness the brand is famous for with advanced features and premium materials. The case measures a hefty 51.9 mm across, with a 50.9 mm lug-to-lug and a surprisingly thin 12.1 mm profile, thanks to Casio's carbon core guard structure. This layer design uses both metal and resin to achieve incredible strength while keeping the watch relatively light. On top, the MTG B3000 features a scratch-resistant sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating, a rarity in G-Shocks. The watch is solar-powered through Casio's tough solar technology and syncs with your phone via Bluetooth, ensuring accurate timekeeping anywhere in the world. It also comes with G-Shock staples like shock resistance, 200 meters water resistance, multiple alarms, world time, stopwatch, and countdown timer. The bracelet is a metal-resin hybrid that balances comfort and durability, and the overall finish feels much more premium than what you'd expect from a traditional G-Shock. Despite its large size, the curved case back and lightweight materials make it more wearable than the numbers suggest. This is not a watch for everyone. It's bold, tech-heavy, and unapologetically modern. But for someone who wants the ultimate do-it-all watch under $500, the MTG B3000 is hard to beat. It's equally at home on the wrist of an adventurer, a tech enthusiast, or anyone who values durability and function above all. Seiko's 5 Sports collection has always been a gateway into mechanical watches, and the S77, known by fans as the Avocado, stands out with its unique color scheme. The stainless steel case measures 42.5 mm in diameter, with a 46 mm lug-to-lug and a thickness of 13.4 mm. While it's on the larger side, the curved lugs and included NATO strap make it surprisingly wearable. The dial is where this watch shines, a textured green surface with beige indices and hands, giving it the look of an avocado, hence the nickname. Paired with a dark green bezel insert, the watch is quirky yet attractive, offering something different in a sea of black and blue divers. The lume is Seiko's proprietary Lumibright, which is bright and long-lasting, ensuring legibility in any lighting condition. Inside is the Seiko 4R36 automatic movement, which beats at 21,600 vibrations per hour and offers hand-winding hacking and around 41 hours of power reserve. While not high-end, it's a robust and proven movement that's easy to service. With 100 meters water resistance and a unidirectional bezel, it offers enough functionality for recreational swimming and casual diving. The strap included is a comfortable NATO, which adds to the sporty casual vibe of the watch, though many owners swap it for rubber or stainless steel bracelets. Overall, the Avocado is a watch that doesn't take itself too seriously, but still delivers on reliability. In conclusion, the Seiko S77 is perfect for collectors who want something playful yet functional. It's a conversation starter on the wrist and proof that affordable watches don't have to be boring. The Tissot PRX has quickly become one of the most talked about affordable watches in recent years, and for good reason. Based on a design from the late 1970s, the PRX captures the integrated bracelet trend that has dominated the luxury watch world, but brings it to a much more accessible price point. The stainless steel case measures 40 mm in diameter, with a thickness of just 10.4 mm on the quartz version, making it incredibly slim and comfortable. The integrated bracelet features brushed surfaces with polished accents and solid links, giving it a premium feel well above its price tag. The dial options include sunburst blue, black, silver, and more, all with applied indices and a date window at 3 o'clock. The quartz models are well under $500, but even the Powermatic 80 automatic version, which delivers an impressive 80-hour power reserve, can be found close to this price point if you shop carefully. Both versions are topped with sapphire crystal and rated to 100 meters of water resistance, making the PRX versatile enough for almost any occasion. On the wrist, the PRX feels sleek, modern, and versatile. It pairs just as well with jeans and a t-shirt as it does with a suit, making it a true everyday watch. The integrated design means you're locked into the bracelet, but given how comfortable and stylish it is, most owners won't mind. In conclusion, the Tissot PRX is a near-perfect everyday watch. It delivers the looks and feel of much more expensive integrated bracelet watches for a fraction of the price, cementing its place as one of the best values under $500.